Okay, so welcome to part 3 of Introduction to playing bar chords. So up to now we've learnt the chromatic scale, the names of these notes on these two strings. We've learnt the shapes of an E, basic shapes of an E. We've learnt the basic shapes of an A. And we've learnt to use our last 3 fingers when we're playing these shapes. Okay, now it's piecing it together. You're probably thinking, why have I learnt the E and the A shape? Well, all the chords you can possibly play, all the fancy sounding chords, if you just learnt it on the E shape, if you say I wanted a C minor, I would have to jump all the way up to the C. So I'd be going like this. So that's kind of a big jump. So to learn, when you learn the A shape, you can play a C minor closer, which means all your chords you possibly need can be played in this vicinity, just using an E and an A shape. Whereas if you just use the E shape, you'd have to be jumping the whole scale of the fretboard. Now you could learn the other 3 shapes, you could learn the other 3 shapes and make it even more compact. You can play all your chords just in one position. If you wanted to play all your shapes, your G's, your A's and your D's even. But you can get by playing a song successfully with the E and the A shape. Okay, so let's get on to how to actually do a good bar, because this is a common thing that I see when people do a bar. They do this. So if you can see, this finger is all crooked, and what normally happens is you can hear that and then you get all these muted notes. Now if this finger is gonna emulate this thing here where you can hear every note perfectly, this finger has to be flat on this string. So if I hook my finger, yeah, like that, you're not gonna be able to hear every note. Now if you do that and place that on, you're gonna hear every note flat. So that's easier said than done, because a lot of people hold the guitar like this, and I don't really, I'm not really bothered about how people hold the guitar. It's just when it affects them to be able to play what they want to play. That's when I like to talk about a bit of technique. So if I'm like this, struggling, a good little tip to get it is to hook your hand under, and you see there automatically. How can I show this? Right, I'll do that again. So that's the normal bar. You can see it's slightly hooked. Everything's opposite that I'm looking at. So watch this. You can see instantly that finger straightens out, and then you got these fingers to play with. So there. I mean, it doesn't look like much. It looks like I'm doing a proper bar, but you can see this finger's hooked up. Now watch this. See that? This is what you got to aim to do. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my wrist underneath like that. And what the test is, just put them on a fret, say the 3rd fret, and I want you to be able to pluck each string and hear every note. Now if you do that, that's what happens. The difference between that and putting your hand under is like night and day. You'll see instantly that's straightening my finger to that. Something so simple. This is gonna hurt, and you'll probably only practice this for 4 minutes and be like, using muscles like you've never used that much in your thumb, especially there. So just do it for a bit, pause the video, come back to it. This might take about 3 weeks. So just save this video and keep coming back to it till you master it. Okay, so say we'll go on the 5th fret, we're barring it, we're putting our finger under there. Now you've got to imagine this is there, and you're going to put on an E shape. So this 2nd finger goes there, and these 2 go here. Now you should, in effect, be able to pick each note to check it. And if you can, that'd be spiffing, but odds on things might happen where you start touching like this little finger here might touch the string below by accident, and you get. So you've got to alter your fingers. A good tip is to go vertically to the string with your other fingers, rather than this is going to touch the strings below. Go vertically. So you want to use the tip of your finger there. So what I mean by that is this. If you can see, oh, I'm using the tip of my finger. I'm not going flat with my fingers like that, because that's going to touch the strings below. I'm going vertical, and then I'm bringing my wrist out to give a nice bar, and that's what you're going to aim for. And if that takes you a month to do, it's hurting my finger already to keep it in that position. If that takes you a month to do, or even 2 months, so be it. It is worth starting this now to be able to just put it behind you. It's a bit of a milestone in developing your guitar. Once you do open chords, it can be a bit, you get bored of that after a while and you want to venture out. So bar chords is definitely the next step. So we've got our shape there. Now I'm not going to tell you what chord that is, because we'll get onto that in a minute. But this is that major shape, the E shape. So this is an E shape. Obviously it doesn't sound anything like an E. It's a different chord. If I want to minor this shape, you affect this like you would do the E shape. So minor it, I take that finger off. You can hear it's a minor chord. So put it back on. If I want to 7 this shape, I would take off the little finger. Okay, so that's the major, minor, 7. So you can see how the bar chord originates from the open chords. So what is that chord? Okay, so E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. So that's an A note. You bar it, you play this. So if you notice, it sounds like an open A, because that is an A chord, but in an E shape. That's an A chord in an A shape. Okay, so if I do that, that is an A minor, which is, you can hear it's exactly the same. A7. So you got A minor. Actually, A is probably not a good example because we've learnt the A shapes. Let's just take it up to somewhere else. Take it up to a G sharp. So E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. So that's a G sharp major. G sharp minor. Put it back on. G sharp 7. Okay, so three chords of G sharp. G sharp, G sharp minor, G sharp 7. There's your fancy chords. So let's find what a B flat minor is. So E, F, F sharp G, G sharp A flat A, and A sharp B flat. So A sharp and B flat is the same name. So there's our B flat. Put it on. I want a B flat minor. So to get the minor out of that E shape, you do that. B flat minor. Which might have scared you before, but in essence it's just from the E shape. Alright, so now if I want to go E to C sharp minor, I have to count all the way up to C sharp minor and do that. So like I said before, that is a big leap. So I'm going to show you how the A shape's going to solve that. So we do our A minor, we go up the notes, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, and then you place on the an A minor shape from here. See the roots on the 5th string, and that is a C sharp minor chord. So instead of this to this, we've got, isn't as much of a jump. Okay, So probably another way to get to these bar chords, if you're struggling to do that and place it on, a little tip, you might want to get the shape down here in whatever open chord you're doing. So say it's a A7, you might want to do that and then just take the shape up to wherever you're going, and the bar is the note, and then place the bar on. So you might want to do the opposite way from placing the bar to doing that. Just at first, you may want to do the shape, scoot it up, then put the bar on. Alright, so I'll just show you the 3 shapes in A, how to do them. So you've got the A minor shape there. You've got the A7 shape. They're pretty straightforward. Now remember I said the A we're going to do with our 3rd finger. That's how you're going to bar it. So you can see the distance there, you've got a fret in between. So that's an A shape, but it's in actual fact A sharp B, C sharp D. It's on a D. So that, because it's a major shape, it is a D major, that. Even though it's in an A shape, it is a D major chord. That's a D7. That's a D minor. Now I've taught people this, and I've taught it them, and it's took them about 4 or 5 months to get all that information into some kind of place where they can rationalize it, because it's using shapes, and chords are different. So if I say an E chord, doesn't mean to say it's an E shape. It could be a C shape as an E chord. So it gets very confusing. Just go through the parts in order. So you want to just go through the E shapes with your last 3 fingers, the A shapes with your last 3 fingers, chromatic notes, and then go through how to bar and place it on. And then see how you get from there. Any questions, comments, just get in contact with me, and I can make a little video and clarify anything more. There's a lot of ways to go about this, so these are the ways that I found are most effective with my students. So okay, hope that helps.